Good afternoon. Welcome to part 3 of repairing and refinishing the hardwood floor. This is what the hardwood floor is looking like before we took off the first coat of stain. It still has remnants of padding and staples in it. We're going to come around. This is the bedroom. This is the hall, which has been untouched also. Now, to show you what you saw in the first episode, this is what the dining room looks like. As you can see, a big difference. This first coat, we use 20 grit sandpaper to remove the finish. This is the living room, so it's starting to come together. Okay, this is the machine that I use. As you can see, this same machine that was in episode 1. It has 4 6-inch pads up under it, and it does a good job. Okay, now this is the machine that I'm gonna use the edge. Okay, it's a very aggressive machine. You really have to control it because it will take off on you. Okay, I'm gonna show you what the edges look like with just the machine being used on it. Okay, that machine with the 4 discs on it gets pretty close to the edge, but what I don't like to do is to bump up against the quarter round with my machine because it can damage the machine. So I'm gonna use a separate edger to go along this edge and clean up the edges. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna start moving up in the grit of the sandpaper. That 20 grit leaves swirl marks, so we're gonna go up in grit. The next grit I think I'm gonna use 40. We're gonna move up to 80 grit, and then the final grit's gonna be 120. And you'll see a big difference in how the floor is gonna look as we progress. A lot of the marks that you see on the floor now are gonna be gone because each grit is gonna take off a little bit of wood. Let me show you how close and smooth it looks with the edger. Okay, that's after going over it with the edger. Let's walk on down. You're still gonna have to do something in the corner because there's a round edger and a square corner, but this part here hasn't been edged, so you can see the difference. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around the whole room. Actually go around both rooms, living room and dining room, and then I'll be ready to switch grits of sandpaper on my main machine and go over the whole floor. Now I only have to do the edging this one time because the main machine will get close enough the way it won't matter. You won't see any marks on the edge, but you don't want to keep bumping your machine up against the wall.